Hello, fellow Gizmos. My name is Gizmo21, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Well, actually, Doki Doki Blue Skies, but it's a mod for Literature Club. If you guys haven't seen or played that, you should. It's free. So, and honestly, even if it wasn't, it'd kind of be a worthwhile experience. Was I here last time? Okay, Gizmo, fancy meeting you here. Yeah, what a coincidence. Huh? Seriously speaking, though, I'm happy to see you back here. I would have been disappointed if you ran away on us. Hey, I enjoyed myself last time, so why wouldn't I come back? True enough. That's their laugh. That's her laugh, actually. Feel free to make yourself at home before we start on our club activities. Thanks, will do. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. Sayori and I were the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Oh, Gizmo... Oh, Gizmo, I'm glad to see you here again. Who knew that something so simple would warrant so much thanks? First Monica, now Yuri. I know that it may be overwhelming to be thrown into a new hobby so suddenly, much less an organization centered around that hobby. So don't hesitate to let me know if you ever need any help. Oh, or any other club member for that matter. That is to say, feel free to ask any one of us for assistance. Right? Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Don't worry though, it's not like I've never read anything before. Ha 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 ha. That's my laugh. I even remembered to write a poem for today, if you'll believe it. We'll believe it when we see it. Rude! Gee! Anyway, hey, it's not like I need to have a university degree to write a poem. Oof! Well, true, but, you know, they might take offense to that. I don't know why my fingers are on the WASD keys. I'm not going to be moving. Anyway, it was just like any it's just like another school assignment, although it might be a little new to me. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to write a bad poem, you mean? Haha, whoops. She got me there, yeah. And that's why I never said I wrote a good poem. Ooh! Man, we're just really getting the zingers here. Natsuki smirks at me, seemingly pleased that I'm not offended by her teasing. Well, good is often subjective when it comes to subjects like these. True, it's very subjective. What you might hate, someone else might love, or what someone loves, you might hate. You know, it's a whole thing in a half. Anyway, I'm sure you did fine, Gizmo. Well, thanks for the vote of confidence. Try not to overhype my work, though. Yeah, Yuri, if you keep your expectations low, you'll never be disappointed. That's what I do all the time. I don't know. It's no big deal. Besides, I bet this is the first extracurricular Gizmo's done since high school started. So extra work is probably really foreign to him. Damn! Again, she's not wrong. But she doesn't have to say it like that. Jeez, how rude. Natsuki, you're being unfairly harsh. Right? Gee. Gizmo, what would you say your main hobbies are? Wow, she's really putting me on the spot here. I know I'm playing into your... I know I'm playing into your teasing right now, but yes, I spend a lot of my time playing games and watching anime. Fair is fair, I mean, you know, and that's all you need to know. That's a bit rich coming from someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Yeah, true. What? Natsuki splutters? That's a word. Anyway, splutters to a halt. Looks like a certain someone knows how to dish it out, but can't take it. Manga is literature. True. True. It is, you know? But you guys might disagree. I don't know. I agree. She agrees. Everyone, at least this agrees. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Gizmo always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. True. That's a good way to do things. He's always been there when I need it. When we were kids, he'd always be around to help me with stuff. Oh, are you two childhood friends? I glance at Sayori. Despite her cheery recollection of our childhood memories just then, Yuri's question is a reminder that we haven't spent much time together in a long time. It's a tad awkward. Yeah, we've known each other for a while, haven't we? We smile at each other. I'm really hoping we can use the club to reconnect. Such a history with one another. I imagine you've shared so much together. You can say that. Would you believe Sayori is still as clumsy now as she was 10 years ago? It's okay. It's okay. Hey, meanie, that's not true. Oh, need I tell you, Yuri, about the time you tried to... Need I tell Yuri about the time you tried to cook lunch and almost set the house on fire? Her face turns pink and she rushes to interrupt me. Anyway, I'm sure you two could be just as good as friends. After all, you're both in the literature club now. Yeah, haha. Look forward to it. Yuri looks... Why'd I say it like that? Yuri looks hopeful at hearing this, although I can't help but wonder, given the maturity and intelligence she carries so elegantly, and how her passion for reading is much stronger than my own, will it be as easy as Sayori thinks it is? To be friends? You know, you could be friends as long as you got something in common. Still, it's worth a try at least. Yay. Oh, Yuri, even brought you something today, you know? Oh, wait, Sayori. Me? It's not much, really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. Whatever it is, I'm sure I'll like it. What is it, Yuri? Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. I was going to wait to give it to you at the appropriate time, but, you know, I've had this happen to me before, actually. I was gonna get someone something, and I got them it, and I told, like, one of my friends or something, or they noticed it, and they told that person, and, like, hyped it up to be this big thing, and I was just like, yeah, wow, thanks. You would have thought I bought them a Switch or something. Anyway, I was going to wait to give it to you at the appropriate time, and timing. I don't want to just hand them something at a random time, you know? Be awkward. This whole thing's awkward. I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. Now I've ruined the surprise. Nice. The two girls both look dolefully down. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so this is still a pleasant surprise to me. Just knowing that you went through the effort to get me something makes me feel really welcomed. No matter what, I'm sure it'll make me happy. Is that so? Of course. Thanks for being so considerate, Yuri. You're welcome. It was the least I could do. Anyway, if that's the case, here it is. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Isn't this the book from yesterday? Upon seeing the confused look on my face, she hastens to explain. I thought you might like it too. Have your own copy so that you can read it on your own as well. I honestly don't know what to say. How is it that she's only known me for a day, yet she's already done something this thoughtful for me? Oh, Yuri, thank you. That's really thoughtful of you. But, you didn't have to do that for me. I feel kind of bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that. I just, I understand if you don't want to read it with me anymore, so, oh no. Honestly, she gets more adorable by the minute. She does. I like her a lot. I forget how much she's actually great. Anyway, please, it's fine. I'd love to read it with you. I just wasn't expecting you to buy me a copy of my own. Are you sure? I don't want to force you. Seriously, Yuri, I'm sure, after all. I grin at her. It is a good book. She timidly returns my smile, relaxing a bit. I'm glad you seem to think so. How are you liking it so far? She looks at me with wide, expectant eyes. She must be really worried that I'm not enjoying it as much as her. To be honest, I've been pleasantly surprised. While horror isn't really my thing, horror is my thing. Is this character really me? Who am I? Am I even real right now? Is any of this real? Who knows? That probably peaked the mic, but I'm unprofessional. I don't think you're watching this channel for professionalness. Anyway, to be honest, I've been pleasantly surprised. While horror isn't really my thing, it really kept my attention. Even though I haven't gotten very far yet, I find myself feeling sorry for the protagonist. The language is pretty, engaging. It certainly makes me think about it. As I praise the book, her face grows visibly more relieved, and her eyes light up as I mention the language. I'm glad you think so. One not only needs to look at what is being said, but how it's phrased. It can entirely change the desired message, wouldn't you agree? Oh boy, I hope we don't get into an in-depth discussion about the language. I'm still nowhere near Yuri's level with this sort of thing. Oh, totally. I never really thought about it until you brought it up with me. You really made me look at it with a bit more scrutiny than I would normally. She blushes at this, turning away slightly. Really? I helped you with that? I have to admit, you really managed to open my eyes to this sort of thing, or should I say my third eye. Yuri's silence makes me nervous. Did I make a mistake? Yeah. Yeah, that would make me nervous too. My, how the turns have tabled. You know, because the book mentions the third eye and there's an eye on the cover. Poor me. I'm trying. Judging by that face, though, she's not impressed. Which, you know, typical for me, I guess. Ah, I see. Probably best not to comment on her accidental continuation of the pun. Whoops. God. Maybe this really is my character, just in an alternate dimension that doesn't watch anything or read anything or play anything horror-based or consume any sort of horror media at all. Tough crowd. Oh, I see. You were making a joke. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Whoopsie daisies. Wow. No worries. I just thought it was a good pun. Of course you did, me. She smiles bashfully. Yes, it is quite humorous, isn't it? Phew. I think that means everything is okay now. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off the scheduled activities for the club, like the poetry thing. I've already steeled myself for the critique. Okay, steeled myself for the critique I'll probably be receiving. Oh, I get it. Okay. Wow, I was just being an idiot, as usual. Nothing new. Anyway, but it seems that we have some downtime before then. Ah, well, looks like I won't be able to just immediately get it over with. What are the others doing right now? Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner, probably discussing club matters, given that they're the president and vice president. As expected, Yuri's face is already... I swear, every video with this shit. As I expected, Yuri's face already is buried in a book. To be fair, that was quite the sentence for good old my phone there. Anyway, I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. A few huffs of annoyance sound from her direction every once in a while. I'd love to talk to Yuri a bit more, especially after she gave me that book. However, she seems to be focused on her own book. I'm worried I might just distract her. As she lifts it up to turn the page, I get a glimpse at the cover. It's the same book that she gave me, and it looks like she's only just started it. Ah. Oh, damn. I hope she didn't think I was staring at her. Yeah, that'll be awkward. Our eyes meet, but her eyes dart away quickly. Whoa. Oh, what? Whoa. Cool. Oh, wait, why? What? Okay, so buttons on mouse do different thing. Who would have thunked? Anyway. Sorry. No, it's fine. I didn't mean to stare. I was just spacing out for a bit. Oh. Well, if I had been actually concentrating, I wouldn't have noticed. I meant to ask you though, isn't that the book you gave me? Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorites, so I thought I'd give it another read through. Not for any other reason, I assure you. I see, but why do you have two copies of the same book? Duh. Ah. Well, I know I lent you the book yesterday, but I figured you might feel more comfortable with your own copy. I know that I always feel more at ease when I'm handling my own belongings. Yeah, true. If an accident happens, there's less at stake than if you damage someone else's property, so... You're probably less clumsy than I am, though. Yuri, the ever-graceful girl, thinks that she's clumsy. Nah, I'm pretty sure I'm just as clumsy as you, if not more so. Oh, right. Anyway, after our meeting adjourned yesterday, I went to the bookstore to get you, that is to say I forgot. I already had a copy and accidentally bought another, and it seemed like a waste just to hold on to it. Sure. Couldn't you just have returned it, though? They already closed, so, yeah, fair. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. She bought you the book. That's what she's trying to say, but she doesn't want to, which is fine. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm glad that you gave it to me. I'll get started on it right away. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Oh, that button does that too. Okay, wow. Okay, cool. That makes me happy to hear. Every fucking video, I swear. It's the kind of story that really draws you in. If you're not careful, you can lose track of time very easily. I know I've opened it for some light reading before bed, only to close it and find out the sun's rising. I'm sure that won't happen to you, though. You'll be able to get enough sleep as usual. That is, unless you generally find yourself lacking sleep, in which case you should go to bed earlier. I love her. I love her. But you can do whatever you want. I don't mean to overstep my bounds. Don't worry about it, Yuri. I'll be sure to read it earlier in the day. Do you mind telling me a bit more about it? Oh, I'd love to. Now, where do I begin? Yuri Anyway. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that word for some reason. Am I just stupid? I think I'm stupid. Delicately. I'm an idiot. Okay, yeah. Yuri delicately closes the book, her eyes scanning the cover. Well, actually, I don't think I could give an adequate explanation on my own. If I were to tell you more about the story than I did yesterday, it would lose a lot of its impact. Forgive me if it sounds like I'm brushing you off. That's not what I intended. It's alright, Yuri. Come to think of it, you did summarize it well enough already. Yes. I'm sorry. It seems to get lost in my own mind whenever I talk about these kinds of stories. Don't you have anything like that, Gizmo? I guess so. Yuri nods with a delicate smile. Everyone has a deeply held interest that stirs the passion within their heart. I suppose for me it would be my novels, and Yuri cuts herself off as though she were about to say something she didn't want to. Well, you know what I mean. What got you into these sorts of stories, though? I gesture towards the book in her arms. Do your parents enjoy them as well? Yuri pauses for a moment, shyly looking down at her feet. She seems to be going over what she wants to say in her head. I've always had interest in the macabre. This genre can easily throw you for a loop. True? While many stories are simply content to introduce an antagonist and condition their reader to root against them, books like this one can find ways to flip that narrative on its head. So while you might initially find yourself relating to the protagonist, you might suddenly find out that they're their own worst enemy. Wow, I can't talk today. I think my allergies are getting a little worse right now, and I haven't taken anything in like a couple of days, so, you know, good for me. I'm rambling, aren't I? Please forgive me. I really should try to think about others more. Yuri, I promise, I'm not mad at you. You're just passionate, which is pretty cool. It is? For a brief moment, a tiny smile teases at the corner of Yuri's mouth. Well, I'll try not to worry about it too much, but sometimes I get distracted when I think about books and writing. I forget where I am and start speaking my mind. So please forgive me if I say anything unusual. And if I seem like I'm not paying attention, please let me know. I really don't think you need to worry about that, Yuri. This is a literature club after all. Yeah, that's the point. That's the gist. Isn't that the sort of thing we should be discussing anyway? I suppose so. So on that note, would you like to read a bit together? You don't need to force yourself to spend time with me if you don't want to. But what if I do? Wow, smooth. Anyway, you'd really want to spend time with me. Yes, Yuri, a lot of the internet would too. Actually. Of course, Yuri. And this is where I'm gonna have to leave off. Yeah. This has been a lot of fun. I've actually... It started off just a little slow, but I've actually had a lot of fun with this series so far, and I'm happy to be playing it. So, yeah. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying it, and if you are, leave a like, subscribe, comment, share with your pals, and help people become fellow Gizmos today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.